why do you write? I've always been writing and I've always considered myself to be a writer. But I think the thing that makes me really interested in theater is the collaborative nature. When you're writing a script, it's really not finished until it's someone else's piece of work as well, a director or an actor or a technician. And I really like going into a piece of writing knowing that there'll be another, I guess, layer of artistry to it when I'm done.
I write plays specifically because it's the most normal version of talking to yourself that you can do. And it's a great way to tell stories with multiple perspectives, with different people and characters and voices working through it, but it's also a great way to examine ideas from different sides.
I remember as a kid I would just write poetry, and like I loved rhymes and I loved journaling. I did a lot of journaling, and so it's something that I've always somewhat enjoyed. I think I've always been a reader. I think it comes from that. I still love to read, but when I was a kid, I just read so many books. It was book after book after book after book. And I think it came from that. And because by reading, and even as an adult, there's just so much inspiration for me in my artistic process that comes from reading.
And I come from a family of people who love to write, so it was kind of natural, but I'd never written for theater. I had done theater in high school, but I just thought I was going to stop doing theater after high school. But in this FFAR 250 course, my TA was Jesse Stong, who is the leader of the Young Creators Unit at Playwrights. And he helped me through a lot of, my first year was awful. And he really supported me through that because I was in his course all year. And when September of 2017 rolled around, in my second year of university, he sent me a message being like, hey, I had a dream about you. You have to come to this writers unit. Like, if you're working on anything, just bring it and write.
It's fun. Like, theater's a medium I worked with a fair amount as an actor, and I don't know, I think you have a lot of freedom in theatrical writing that you don't necessarily in a lot of other ones. And yeah, I think I enjoy it too.
That's a really hard question.
I think recently I've gone back to it because of just writing is where I can lay down thoughts and feelings and sensations and process how I interpret the world. It's like the most maybe meditative form I feel for me, where I can just be with myself and like transform what I feel into words that are shareable.
Okay. I write because there's words in my head that are hungry to be spoken.
It's the way that I express myself best. And I've always written. I've kept a journal or diary since I was 8. I still have all of them.
Creative writing for me has really developed into absolutely a way that I can better get to know myself, and also a way to connect with other people and with ideas and with the world. Art as a means to seek justice.
To answer the question about why do I write, this is sort of like a newer endeavor in my life. And I think lately I've been really moved by a lot of injustices in the world, and just how little I know about some of the injustices that I'm really moved by, and I'm really surprised by my own ignorance. So I guess I'm really driven to write, to sort of like share these things in the world that are moving me, and I also want to share the knowledge that I'm learning.
McGill has a drama festival every year, and I remember I went one year, and I was really disappointed because all the plays were like super heteronormative, like super straight plays, and like I just remember constantly being like in a position where I was just like frustrated that there was no queer work in any of the stuff I was going to. And I thought like, well, like if I have a problem with this, why don't I try to do something to fix it? And so maybe I'll try writing something and submit it to the festival, and then next year's like if I want the representation to happen, maybe I should just do it myself. And I kind of like had that moment where I was like, I always have frustrations with the representation of media, but then what am I actually doing to try to change it? Like, why am I complaining about something if I'm not doing anything about it? So I was like, well, maybe I'll just start making stuff myself. And then I started writing and I started directing, and then I ended up loving it, and so I just kept doing it.
What drove me to writing was really this desire to want to conceive projects from the ground up, and it's a great way for me to be able to use my voice as an artist in order to speak to ideas and topics and movements that are important to me.
I felt like the stories I wanted to express, or the ideas I wanted to express, weren't being told. And I just thought, somebody has to do them. So I guess why not me? Yeah, but it also took, meeting with, PWM and getting their support to feeling like maybe I could do this.
I think I write because I can't not.